Hey guys, I want to make an advice video, right? And I think this is a very important topic to cover, right? Yeah, the topic is about a scumbag vibe. I've noticed some guys, right, in Daygame, some of my students, that, you know, when you act like a scumbag, every girl can sense it. So it's kind of like a scumbag vibe is like how you describe it.
Very self-centered, focused on themselves, not really focused on giving value to other people. And everybody is tuned into their own radio station, WIFFM. What's in it for me?
Exactly. So when you think about it, right, she has no benefit to go on an instant date with you, or at least trying to see you on a second date. That means no connection. There's nothing in it for her. You know what I mean? No connection. Like I said, it's not a win-win situation. I've shown you a lot of testimonials. I've shown you some of my old students, you know. I talked about some of the students who eventually get so much results, they turn on you. You think that was fucked up though? What do you think that's happening? Like, when you get really good, they try to get narcissistic and think they're better than me.
And that's where you'll be humbled eventually. Almost every single instance that I've seen from what you were showing me, the person that had an ego ended up apologizing and losing almost everything. So know where you came from, always be grateful. So that way you can get more of what you're looking for.
Think about it this way, if you lose contact with me, right, talking to me, asking for advice, right, it's kind of like they lose contact with my brain, and then all their results kind of fucking fall apart. So in some ways, that's kind of like biting the fucking hand that feeds you, you know what I mean? What are they doing? Like, there's a lot of people, right? I show you one guy, I'm not gonna say who, one guy, you know who I'm talking about. That dude, right, when you sense his vibe, right, do you think like he's able to pull and get it in? He pulled a lot, but you couldn't get it in. Do you think he can actually do that? Based on the way he's not thinking win-win, he's thinking win-lose.
He's coming from a position of what's in it for me instead of thinking of the other person. It will never work.
And think about it this way, all women can sense that fucking scumbag vibe. There's no way you can fucking hide it, ever.
The self is always coming through, as they say.
And one thing I noticed about you that's better than the other students, because you're a fast learner, right? You don't have an ego, and you just like do exactly what I tell you to. And I think your biggest advantage is that you can connect very well. So tell us more about this connection and why it's important, and how scumbags don't connect, or they can fake it and shit.
The connection is all about relating. I have a little bit of advantage by being in business for what I do for a living, but the other person will always sense if you care about them or if you don't. So even if you don't care about them, you have to show it. And in the 30, there's a part where he talks active listening. And you know, there's something called spoken feedback. It's the same thing, but you have to listen, you have to pay attention, and you have to relate by saying your own experience and, oh, you know, speaking of that, blah 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 blah. So that way you guys can have an actual conversation.
Exactly. And you know what? I think he really gets it. The point is, if you don't connect, right, with the girl, all your numbers, right, what happened to them?
Well, my numbers, because I connected, they responded.
For them, you know what happens to them? All their numbers like kind of flake. Almost all the time. Because they don't even feel any sort of connection. They tell me that they don't feel a connection with the girl. And you're acting like what? A scumbag. Exactly. Don't be a scumbag. You know, no matter what. Scumbags are not gonna, you know, get dates, and scumbags are not gonna instant date. Scumbags are not gonna pull. Even if they pull, they're not gonna get it in. So that's my advice for this video. Don't be a fucking scumbag.